One criticism about Elm that you hear a lot is that Elm tends to have too much boilerplate. Now, the boilerplate in Elm is a valid criticism, and if you look at Elm code and Haskell code, Elm code does tend to be a little more verbose, or sometimes a lot more verbose. Now, I would contend that with autocompletion in editors, the actual typing part is not that big a deal. And I would also contend that in some ways this is good, because it means that when you go back to read your code later, and we often spend more time maintaining code than writing it, having package names in front of functions and in front of types often serves as a good visual reminder about what something does. If you have a module user with a type info in it, and you see a type user.info in your code, well, you know what it's doing. Having various and then and map functions, one for each thing, yeah, it's a little ugly sometimes. But it does, I think, clear up some confusion, especially for people who might be new to the code base or new to the language. I've previously done some Haskell, and I found diving into Haskell that other people wrote often very confusing, because there was all sorts of things going on in the code that were you sort of just had to know. They weren't explicitly there in the code base, and I sometimes feel like Haskell, and it's certainly not the only culprit in this, is written by people who feel that they're going to get fined if they type a few extra characters. So is Elm sometimes more verbose? Yeah, sometimes it is. Is this a problem? I don't think so, at least not much. I think it makes the code easier to read and easier to maintain, and I think it makes it easier to bring new people into your project, all of which are benefits. Does it mean you have to type a few more keystrokes when you're writing the code? Yeah. On the other hand, if you have a good editor, and most modern editors count here, you can also get your editor to do much of the work with completions. And you can set that up in Emacs or Vim or Atom or Sublime or Visual Studio or whatever you prefer. Elm is supported by, near as I can tell, most major modern programmers' editors. So that is some thoughts on verbosity in Elm. And if you found that interesting, please like and share. If you think I'm wrong, please leave a comment below and feel free to disagree with me. I don't know everything, and I'd love to hear your opinions on this. And if you have questions about other aspects of Elm, please, again, leave me a comment and I'll address them.